Hello there, and welcome to another episode of World of Tanks with Ungainly Titan. I'm in the T-37, the American light tank, Tier 6, mid-tier. We're in Karelia, and I'm hoping to be able to basically spot and scout for my team. I have the T-37 rigged out as a passive scout with binoculars and camo net. I prefer playing light tanks, passive scouts whenever possible, whenever the situation presents itself to do it in that way, rather than playing an active scouting role. Light tanks, I think it's just harder to play them as active scouts. It's more challenging, and I don't necessarily feel up to that particular challenge. And if you have a very good crew and you get a good spotting position, you can really rack up spotting and assisted damage as a passive scout. That said, I do not have a lot of experience playing scouts, passive or otherwise, and therefore I'm not terribly familiar with the best locations or directions to go on maps for the purposes of scouting. So initially I'm just going to come around the rocks here. I want to see if anything pops out. Now immediately I get spotted, 6th sense goes off, so I just keep driving, get the ground and the rocks between me and the enemy tanks, and just keep moving, and 6th sense goes, and then I stop, reorientate myself. Now there are tanks at the edge of the lake, but they're outside my spotting range, my view range, and so I'm probably outside theirs as well. So I'm going to come back up the way I've come, and we'll make it as far as this this bush, and I'm just waiting for binoculars and the camo net to kick in. Now an MT-25 has made it all the way through the lake without being detected. He's come out on the other side before he's been detected. Now there are a lot of tanks down there, so I'm not particularly worried about our artillery being overrun. However, the MT-25 has come back in my direction and he has spotted me, so I just need to get out of that location again, get down and get into cover. And I've done it by driving forward. I have found that it's generally better to drive forward if you can at all possibly manage it. Now I'm on pretty low ground here, and nobody really has a line of sight to me, but that T-20 was taken out by ammo rack before I could really get to grips with him. While I was down there at the edge of the lake, it did occur to me that, on the other hand, that half the remaining enemy tanks are artillery. They're likely to be down around the spawn area. There's at least 3 enemy tanks southeast of the map, and there's at least 2 enemy tanks in the northwest of the map. So that means there's essentially 3, 2, 5. There's 1 enemy tank, non-artillery, that's unaccounted for. So if I can make it through the lake undetected, there's a good chance that I can get in amongst the artillery and cause havoc with the enemy team. So I'm going bush to bush, give the binoculars a chance to activate and see if I can detect anything. Now 6th sense goes off here. That's the Hellcat moving up. Now the Hellcat has been moving up to support. I look in the direction of the Hellcat and I don't have a line of sight. But I don't want to stay still because there's 5 artillery around the place, and something has shot me from the eastern side of the map. So we come up here because it's the most likely location for artillery. 6th sense immediately goes off, so that's probably artillery again. So I'm casting around to see what I find them. And I have, well, I must admit, is a very lucky strike there. I just snap on, targeting locks that I fire. The angles are just perfect. Now I'm trying to lose the spot. And come around and see if I can find more artillery. Now at least 1 artillery has come down against me. Now I really should have fired on the artillery first rather than on the Hellcat. And I was very fortunate not to take the full brunt of that hit, but I managed to get rid of the artillery. Now I can concentrate on the Hellcat. And he tracks me, but I'm not too worried because my reload would be a lot faster than the Hellcat, and the Hellcat was on low health to begin with. However, I've been hit from the southern or the eastern side of the map, so I better get my tracks back up, and I just need to jink around, get hit again. Probably the tank destroyer down there somewhere. And we now have a good chance of finishing off the artillery. That engine damage was pretty good as well, because that means that his rate of turn is going to slow down a lot. And I'm still alive, and that remaining artillery piece could be anywhere, but he's closer to my spawn area than he is to his own. So I head back down into the low ground. I'm no longer spotted, but I just need to get around the map now. The remaining artillery is probably after following the tanks that advanced. There's 2 tanks that have appeared in our spawn area, and they've wiped out our artillery, and the enemy artillery probably follow them down the corridor there on the southeastern side of the map. So my guess is that he's probably still down there, and the tank destroyer is probably on the high ground there in the ridge between the lake, at the lake edge there, at the southeastern side of the lake edge, where he was spotted earlier, and he's probably still there. So if I can get eyes on either of them, it would be very helpful for my team. The team is converging down on the enemy, the last known location of the enemy heavy tanks. I think one of them has actually been taken out. So it's not known to me where the artillery is or how far towards the southern side of the map the artillery has gotten. So I'm going to wait in this bush until the binoculars kick off, and there's nothing nearby. So we advance another bit and we wait again. Now I don't really expect them to be that close. I think they're further down. Now I'm going to head off and basically commit to it. I want to get down at this side of the map. I want to check that area in the middle, the low part of the hill there where you can get access to the lakeside. I think that's a good chance the artillery might be there. There's a very good chance the tank destroyer is probably still there. So we come along here. Nothing has kicked off in 6 since. So I don't think the artillery is down here. So he's either up here or he's gone around the corner towards, and is closer to our spawn area. Now as soon as I crest the rise here, artillery 6 sense goes off, and it takes me a while to orientate myself. But there is a T-25 AT. I was actually quite fortunate to survive 2 shots from that particular tank. But I can easily beat his turn, and as long as I don't let him point a gun at me, I should be okay. Now, he gets wiped out. I don't get the kill shot. It's one of the allied tanks that finishes him off. I'll move as close to the hill as possible to minimize artillery's chance of getting me, and we go back down on the hunt for artillery. But my guess is that he's up there, and yes, the Challenger has found him, and he's going to destroy him before I get near him. So that was it. Pretty good game.
Now that's how you do it.
Let's see how we did. So we 1700 damage. Not a lot of assisted damage. We were generally out of position for the team to get a lot of assisted damage, but we get a first class mastery and a Dimitri medal. And we came first by experience, so that was overall a pretty good result. I'm quite happy with that. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you again soon.